Good morning dear students. I am Ranjitha madam. Welcome to our online class 18. I think all are well. Stay home, stay safe. Before entering to our topic, I am ready to ask a question. The question is that during COVID-19 period, which medicine we have taken? Can you say the answer? So, yes, the answer is Nilavembu Kudineer. So, a popular Siddha medicine. In Nilavembu Kudineer, the main ingredient is called Nilavembu. So, the Nilavembu is included in a peculiar family. That family name is called Acanthaceae. So, today our topic is Acanthaceae. Through this topic, you shall come across diagnostic vegetative features, diagnostic floral features, active principles and pharmacological actions of the most used Acanthaceae plants in our surroundings. I shall announce the common plants of Acanthaceae. First of all, the Nilavembu, that is Andrographis paniculata. The Malayalam name is Kiriyatha or Kiriyatha. Then Tamil name is called Nilavembu and common name is called Crete or Kariyath or King of Bitter. Then next plant is called, is a well known, well familiar plant for you, that is Adathoda vasica. Adathoda is the Malayalam name, Adathode is the Tamil name and common name is called Malabar nut. Then next plant is called Acanthus ilicifolius. Acanthus ilicifolius, then the common name of Acanthus ilicifolius is called, Malayalam name is called Chakkaramulla, Chakkaramulli or Chulli or Chulli Kandal. Then next Tamil name is called Kolli Mulli or Kodulai Mulli. Then next common name is called holy mangrove or sea holy or holy mangrove plant. Then next plant is called Barleria prionitis. The Malayalam name is called Chemmulli and Tamil name is called, Malayalam name is Chemmulli and Tamil name is called Mulliver or Chulli Malar. Then common name is called yellow nail dye plant or porcupine flower. What is the importance of a porcupine? Then the all over the body is covered with spines. Therefore, these plants also consist of spines. And next plant is called Blepharis madraspatensis or Blepharis madraspatena. It is a lengthy name. And Blepharis madraspatensis or Blepharis madraspatena. Then the Malayalam name is called Elimpotti or Hemakandi. Then Tamil name is called, Tamil name of Blepharis madraspatensis is called Nedirapunda or Nallilai Nagam or Nedirapunda. Then common name is called creeping Blepharis or Madras Blepharis is the common name. Then next plant I shall announce is called Crossandra infundibuliformis. Crossandra, it is a favorite flower for girls, that is Crossandra infundibuliformis, that is Crossandra Kanakambaram. Then Malayalam name is called Pradarshini and Tamil name is called Kanakambaram and Kanakambaram or Sempairava Punda. Then common name of Crossandra is called Crossandra itself. Crossandra is Crossandra and also unarmed orange nail dye plant. Unarmed orange nail dye plant or firecracker plant. This explanation will see the characters. I shall announce the characters. These characters, personalized characters and common name characters are well recognized or identified at the end of the topic. Next plant is called Hygrophila auriculata or Astracanth longifolia. The Malayalam name is called Vayal Chulli and Tamil name is called Neermulli and common name is called Marsh Barbel. What is called barbel? It is a spine projecting from the lower jaw of the fishes. Here in Hygrophila auriculata also spines are present. That character I shall announce later. Next plant is called Murikuti. Its botanical name is called Hemigraphis colorata. Then common names are, three common names are found. That is red flame ivy. That is ivy means it is prostrately growing here and there in a large area. Then next is called cemetery plant or metal leaf plant. That is all about the Hemigraphis colorata. Next plant is called Justicia simplex. Justicia simplex and Malayalam name is called Trajaru Thredaval. Trajaru Thredaval and Tamil name is called Aram. Aram or Odivu Adaki. Odivu Adaki or Aram is the Tamil name and next is the common name is called water willow. Next plant is called Justicia genderosa. Vadam Kolli is the Malayalam and common name is called Asian water willow or willow leaf plant or Tamil name is called Vadai Kutti. Vadai Kutti is the Tamil name. Next plant is called well-known plant. That is a well-known plant that is called Strobilanthes kuntianus Neelakurinji. Neelakurinji. That plant is in that plant flower bloom once in 12 years. You know. Then next that plant is called, that botanical name of that plant is called Strobilanthes kuntianus Neelakurinji. Neelakurinji is the Tamil name. Neelakurinji is the common name. Next is called Strobilanthes heyneanus. That is Karin Kurinji is the Malayalam. Karim Kurinji is the Tamil name. Common name is Lesser Kurinji or Kurinji or Karin Kurinji, Lesser Kurinji or Karin Kurinji. Remaining three plants are there. That is, first one is called Bellaperon plumbagifolia, that is called Vishalada. Then next is called Thunbergia grandiflora, that is an ornamental plant for you. It is blue trumpet pine parayum, that is the shape of the flower is a trumpet. It is a musical instrument, trumpet shape flower aanu. Then next plant that is all about the common plants. Andrographis paniculata, Adathoda vasica, Barleria prionitis, Blepharis, madraspatensis, Justicia simplex, Justicia generosa, Crosandra infundibuliformis. Next Strobilanthes kuntianus, Strobilanthes heyneanus. All these plants possess a certain common characteristics. You shall met with the common characteristics in the family study. Then now I shall deliver to the characters or characteristics of Acanthaceae. First of all, I shall announce the common name of Acanthaceae. The common name of Acanthaceae is called Acanthus family. Why it is called Acanthus family? The reason will be recognized or identified at the beginning of the topic. Then first I directly enter into the systematic position. Then which is the or what is the systematic position of Acanthaceae? The systematic position of Acanthaceae is kingdom, plantae, division, phanerogams, class Dicotyledonnae, subclass Gamopetalae, series Bicarpellatae and order Personales. Then characters of one by one. Then first class Dicotyledonnae, characters are two cotyledons, taproot system and reticular venation. You know. Then next is gamopetale. Gamopetalous corolla with epipetalous stamen, that is fused corolla with stamens attached to the corolla lobes. Then next characteristic feature is bicarpellate. The bicarpellate, you know the bicarpellate characters, there is two carpels are present. Two carpels are present. Then stamens as many as corolla lobe or less than corolla lobe. That meaning is there are 5 petals, 5 stamens, or 5 stamens, 5 petals and 4 stamens are present. Likewise, then next is a new order for you. That new order is called personales. Personales. In personales, the characters of personales are as follows. That is, there is a personate corolla. Person's mouth like corolla is present. Then next characteristic feature is called stamens as many as corolla lobe or less than corolla lobe, like that of bicarpellate. Then next, leaves alternate, opposite or rolled arrangement. Then next characteristic feature is flowers. All flowers included under personales families, order, and the families are irregular corolla. Irregular corollas were present. Then filaments unequal in shape. Then gynoecium, 2 carpels, syncarpus, axial placentation. That is all about the personales order characters. Then pass on to the characters of Acanthaceae. First one, vegetative features or vegetative characters. Under vegetative characters, first subheading is general features. It consists of, it is an approximate range or approximate number, that is 250 genera and 2500 species present in. In India, 508 species are present in some cases. Then next is habitat or occurrence. The habitat or occurrence of Acanthaceae is tropical and subtropical, and in some cases, especially in damp and marshy places. Only one marshy plant, that is Acanthus ilicifolius, that name is Acanthus ilicifolius, is found in this family. This is found or grown in damp and shady places. Therefore, the name is the common name of Acanthaceae is called as Acanthus family. Then next is habit. It consists of herbs, shrubs, climbers, then undershrub, etc. etc. The taproot system. And in one exceptional case, in Ruellia tuberosa, there is a cluster of thick fusiform roots are arising from this stem. That stem is called a fasciculated root in Ruellia tuberosa. Next is called stem. According to the habitat, you know the stem characters, that is aerial, erect, prostrate, then climbing, etc. etc. Can you say one example for an aerial, erect, prostrate? That is Hemigraphis colorata. Then climbing plant, then Thunbergia. Climbing stem, that is Thunbergia grandiflora. Very important feature regarding Acanthaceae is called quadrangular stem present. Quadrangular stem present. What is quadrangular stem? Here the nodes are swollen and internodes are elongated, and when you analyze the TS of the nodal region of the stem, it is 4 corners are found. 4 corners are found. That is called quadrangular stem. Then next important feature is called through the nodal region it is easily breakable. That is one of the identifying feature of Acanthaceae family. Next character is equal to leaves. All leaves are exstipulate in nature. All the families coming under personales are exstipulate, petiolate, then exstipulate, petiolate, and leaves, shape of the leaves are different, and margin of the leaves are different, and tip of the leaves are different, exstipulate, petiolate. Then next characteristic feature, very important feature regarding to Acanthaceae leaves are called cystolith present. It is an ergastic substance found in the cell regions. It is an inorganic substance found in the cell regions, stemulum, in stems and leaves, cystolith present. Then what is cystolith and what is its formation? Cystolith is a calcium carbonate crystals. It is an, I announced that it is an ergastic substance found in the cells. That ergastic substance or non-living inclusion is a calcium carbonate crystals found in a bunch of grape-like arrangement. That is all about the cystolith. Then what is its formation? During its formation, a stalk is produced or formed into the cell cavity from the epidermal cells. From the epidermal cells, this stalk is produced, and into this stalk calcium carbonate crystals are deposited in a bunch of grape-like arrangement. That is all about cystolith. It is a very, very important feature regarding Acanthaceae, that is cystolith present in stems, also in leaves. Then variations from the leaves character is that the leaves is pinnatified with spines present in the case of Acanthus illicifolius. Then Barleria prionitis, leaves are modified into spines. Leaves are modified into spines. In Andrographis and Adathoda, the leaves are bitter in taste, etc. etc. are the variation. Leaves exstipulate, petiolate, simple, opposite, decussate in condition, and also the rolled arrangement. For example, Hygrophila auriculata in then Blepharis, madraspatensis, etc. rolled arrangement can be seen. That is all about the vegetative features. Then pass on to floral features. Which are the floral features? Under floral features, first heading is that inflorescence. In other families, like Umbelliferae or Asteraceae, a prominent or typical inflorescence is found. But in the case of Acanthaceae, that type of typical inflorescence is not found. But in the case of Acanthaceae, there is a variation in the types of inflorescence. There is a variation in the types of inflorescence in different species of Acanthaceae plants. That is, first is called it is racemose or cymose. Commonly seen inflorescence in Acanthaceae is called spike inflorescence. For a very well known example is Crocandra infundibuliformis. That is a favorite flower for girls. That is Crocandra infundibuliformis. Spike inflorescence is present. Then next is called panicle inflorescence. As you know, Neelakurinji panicle inflorescence is found, Strobilanthes kundianus. In various species of Barleria, solitary, either solitary or cymose or racemose inflorescence is found. Then next plant in Thunbergia, certain species solitary axillary flowers are present, and in other species cymose or racemose inflorescence are present. That is all about the inflorescence. Then pass on to flowers. Flowers are very peculiar and very interesting about the Acanthaceae family. That is, in all other families oftenly say bracteate, bracteolate, etc. 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 But in the case of Acanthaceae, bracts and bracteoles are well developed. Bracts and bracteoles are well developed, colored, conspicuous, leafy in nature. And they are arranged compactly and condensed manner. That arrangement is called crowded bract. That arrangement is called crowded bract. But then next characteristic features of flowers are zygomorphic, all are irregular in appearance, tetramerous or pentamerous. Then next characteristic feature is complete bisexual hypogynous. All families coming under bicarpellate are hypogynous with 2 carpels in condition. As I told now that the bracts and bracteoles with the crowded bracts present in the case of Acanthaceae family. Here also variations found in bracts and bracteoles of Acanthaceae plants, that is in the case of Barleria the bracteoles are absent. In the case of Barleria, bracteoles are absent. Instead, bracts is modified into spines. But in the case of Adalodagam, the bracts are modified into an involucre of cup-like arrangement in the case of Adathoda. Then next, bracteoles are small in the case of Andrographis nilavembu, a well-known plant that is called nilavembu. Bracteoles are small in appearance. One thing you should remember that when you write the floral formula, you should add or must add bract and bracteoles separately. When the bracteoles are absent, in that case you should write it as BRL 0. BR how many? 1 to alpha, or BRL 1 to alpha. That is the condition about the flowers. All are irregular flowers, hypogynous flowers. Then pass on to calyx. Calyx is formed of 4 or 5 sepals, gamo or polysepalous. Another interesting feature about calyx is bilibbed or bilabiate. That is the cases of an open crocodile mouth is bilibbed or bilabiate. Calyx is present, 2-libbed, upper lip and lower lip present. In some cases upper lip is formed of 3 and lower lip is formed of 2, and in another cases upper lip is formed of 2 and lower lip is formed of 3. That is the condition. Then valvate or imbricate estivation. Then in some cases persistent, in some plants persistent calyx may be present. That is all about the calyx. Then pass on to corolla. Very important feature found in corolla condition is that 4 or 5 petals, gamopetalous. That is the constant characteristic feature. Next is called personate corolla. What is personate or masked corolla? Like our mouth condition. That is the here also bilibbed or bilabiate with personate manner. That is the lower lip is projected into and the like our upper jaw and lower jaw. That is the lower lip is produced or prolongated into a projection. Therefore, the 2 lips are closed together. The upper lip and lower lips are closed together, and petals are arranged. Petal lobes are arranged on roundly or in any shape. That is personate corolla. 4 or 5 petals, gamopetalous, then bilibbed or bilabiate. In some cases, like calyx character, in some cases upper lip is formed of 3, lower lip is formed of 2, and in another cases upper lip is formed of 2 and lower lip is formed of 3. Then imbricate or contorted or twisted estivation. Imbricate or contorted or twisted estivation. Here also variations are found. In some cases like Blepharis madraspatensis, upper lip is absent. In Acanthus illicifolius, in Acanthus illicifolius also the upper lip is suppressed. While you write the floral formula, one should you remember that When the upper lip is absent or lower lip is absent or both are present, you should write it as upper lip, then corolla 2 by 3 or 3 by 2 or corolla 0 by 2 or 0 by 3 or 3 by 0 or 0 by 3. This manner should followed. Then next these characters should follow. Then next characteristic pass on to andrecium condition. Andrecium is normally formed of 4 stamens. 4 stamens alternate to the petal. Epipetalous, 4 stamens, epipetalous, and then all epipetalous, and in some cases it is 2 in condition. Stamens are only 2. In that condition also, when you write the floral formula, you should mention andrecium 2 plus 2. Then next I shall announce the condition of the andrecium 4 in didynamous fashion. What is didynamous condition? Didynamous condition, 4 stamens arranged in 2 levels, not 2 whorls, 2 levels arrangement. 2 stamens long and 2 stamens short. Then next characteristic feature, in also variations are found in stamens also. In some cases stamens, in Barleria, the stamens, 2 stamens are fertile and other 2 stamens are staminodes. That is the condition. In variations are found in plants different species to species. In some cases 4 stamens with didynamous, in other conditions 2 stamens, only 2 stamens are present, 2 stamens are staminode. Then in some cases 2 stamens are absent, only 2 stamens. For example, Adathoda, in Adathoda only 2 stamens are present. In that case you should write it as 2 plus 0 or 0 plus 2 in andrecium when you write the floral formula. Then next is anthers. Anthers bythecus, inrows, longitudinal dehiscence, basifixed or dorsifixed in condition. Then next, in some cases anthers are spurred. Anthers are spurred and then they are spurred due to the elongation of the connective. Spurred ആയിട്ടിരിക്കും, ചുരുങ്ങിയിരിക്കും. That is the condition of the elongation of the connective. That is all about andrecium. Then next is called gynecium. Gynecium is consist of how many carpels? When I told in bicarpellate series, that is 2 carpels, bicarpellary, syncarpous, bilocular, with many ovules on axial placentation. That is, once again I announce the terms: 2 carpels, bicarpellary, syncarpous, bilocular, with many ovules on axial placentation. That is all about the condition of gynecium. And a very important feature is that a nectariferous disc, a nectar secreting gland or nectariferous disc present at the base of the ovary wall. At the base of the ovary wall. Then next is hypogynous. All are hypogynous in condition. All are hypogynous in condition. That is all about the gynecium. There is no variation in gynecium. G2, close the commas, then hypogynous. Then last part is called fruit. Fruit is called loculicidal capsule. Fruit is called what? Loculicidal capsule. What is loculicidal capsule? It is a dry dehiscent fruit developed from here to bicarpellary, syncarpous, bilocular ovary with hypogynous, many ovules on axial placentation. Here the seeds dehisces through the locules. Here one peculiarity among all flowers of Acanthaceae are they are compressed at right angles to the septum. They are compressed at the right angles to the septum, like this manner. Fruits are arranged, are compressed at right angles to the septum, and very interesting feature is that the fruit with jaculator mechanism. Then what is jaculator mechanism? Next, fruit is very interesting feature, that is fruit with jaculator mechanism present in the case of all Acanthaceae flowers or Acanthaceae fruits. What is jaculator mechanism? What we can see inside the fruit? Seeds, that isn't it? Therefore the seeds are in the seed chapter you should study about the what seeds are arranged or connected to the placenta with through dash funicle. Is a stalk of seed is called a fruit, stalk of the seed is called funicle. Clear? Then the in all fruits funicle is straight in appearance, but in the case of Acanthaceae fruits, seeds contain funicles are curved. This curved funicle is called jaculator or retinacula. What is the term? Jaculator or retinacula. Curved funicle attached to the placenta of the fruit is called that is called curved funicle. That is called jaculator or retinacula. Then I announce the mechanism. What is jaculator mechanism? When the fruit, നിങ്ങൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് ചില ഇതിൽ നമ്മൾ വെള്ളം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മോയിസ്റ്റൻ്റ് ആകുമ്പോൾ ഫ്രൂട്ട് മോയിസ്റ്റൻ്റ് ആകുമ്പോൾ ബേസ്റ്റിംഗ് വിത്ത് വയലൻറ്റ് സൗണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദി മെക്കാനിസം ഫൗണ്ട് ഇൻ Acanthaceae. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കോൾഡ് when the fruits are moistened, the retinacula or jaculator absorb water. Therefore the curved funicle becomes straight out and they presses the fruit wall, and the fruit wall is what? Break with explosive violence, and seeds are jerked out and dispersed. That is the mechanism of jaculator mechanism. That sound ആണ് നമ്മൾ ചില ഫ്രൂട്ടിനകത്ത് നമ്മൾ വെള്ളം ആഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ചില ഫ്രൂട്ടുകൾ വളരെ എക്സ്പ്ലോസീവ് സൗണ്ടിൽ പൊട്ടുന്ന കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആ മെക്കാനിസം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഫൗണ്ട് ഇൻ Acanthaceae ഫാമിലിയിലാണ്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് Acanthaceae ഫാമിലി ഫ്രൂട്ട് വിത്ത് ജാക്കുലേറ്റർ മെക്കാനിസം. ഇൻ റെയർ കേസസ് and droop fruit is found. Then that is all about the vegetative and floral characters of Acanthaceae. Then some of the Acanthaceae characters they are found in tropical and subtropical or marshy places is the exceptional case. In root, exceptional case is the fasciculated root in Ruellia tuberosa. Then next, a very important point regarding quadrangular stem. Next characteristic feature based on leaves, cystolith present, calcium carbonate crystals in bench of grape like arrangement. That is called cystolith. Then very important character regarding flowers, when starting from floral characters, very important features, that is called bracts and bracteoles are well developed, that is crowded bract present, but variations are found in calyx character, corolla character. Then next inflorescence characters also. Then next character is very important regarding corolla, personate corolla, 4 or 5 lobes, bilibbed or bilabiate with personate corolla, person's mouth like corolla is present. Then next characteristic feature, androecium, 4 or 2 stamens, in some cases 2 stamens, but you should write it as 0 plus 2 or 2 plus 0, that likewise. Then didynamous condition. What is didynamous condition? 4 stamens in 2 levels, 2 short and 2 long. Then gynoecium, bicarpillary, syncarpous, bilocular with many ovules on axial placentation, style simple. Then filiform, in some cases feathery in nature, and stigma is bilobed or linear or capitated stigmas are present in some cases. In fruit with jaculator mechanism, fruit with jaculator onnuilla, it is a curved funicle is called jaculator. Then one thing I remember that is, I shall remember that the all leaves, stems, even fruits, flowers, small hairs are present. Certain times in young stages or in certain times in old stages. That is, then I shall wind up this section or identified or understand some idea about Acanthaceae family with vegetative and floral characters. Thank you all.